All right, we're starting our new unit of lines and angles and shapes. Oh my. Today we're going to be talking about points, lines, and planes. And we're going to start with some vocabulary words. Our first word is a point. A point is an exact location. Over here, make a dot and then label it. That's a point. Anytime you see that on a line, that is called a point. The next word is line. And that is a straight path of points that goes on and on in two directions. And then you draw a line with arrows on both ends to show that the line is just continuing to go. And the next word is plane. And this is an endless flat surface. And then you draw a square with arrows coming off of it to represent that it is just going on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And now we're going to talk about the three different kinds of lines. What are these? Parallel lines. Parallel lines never, ever meet. Ever. They will go on and on and on and on, and they will never touch. Okay, what about what kind of lines are these? These are intersecting lines. They pass through. And they share one point. And then the last kind these are perpendicular. And the thing about these, the reason that they are different from intersecting lines is that they form squares. They have right angles when they are together. So perpendicular lines are intersecting lines, but intersecting lines are not perpendicular lines. So, I want everybody to draw this on their paper. Start and just do 4 squares. Hop over 3 squares and do another line that is 4 squares long. Make it cross the top. Make it cross the bottom. Then you're going to add points. You're going to add points at each intersection. So, here, 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 here. Every point needs to be labeled so it can be identified. So I'm going to label it W, X, Y, Z. What are 4 points on this diagram?
Angle,
Y is a point.
X,
X is a point.
W,
Z is a point.
and W.
And W is a point. Right. Okay. What about 4 lines? Do you know how to identify and label a line? What would be a line?
W to X.
Okay, so the line that goes like this, the one that is intersecting on points W and X, that is one line. So line WX. And you just write it like that, WX. Meaning another one would be YZ. Meaning another one could be,
XZ,
yeah, XZ. And then the last one would be,
WY.
yeah, WY. Okay, now it wants me to name parallel. Give me 2 pairs of parallel lines. What are 2 pairs of parallel lines?
WX and YZ.
So WX and YZ are parallel. They will never meet. So the way I'm going to write is WX and YZ. That's one set. What would be another set of parallel lines? What would be another one?
W to Y, XZ.
WY and XZ. Good. Okay, what about perpendicular? What are 2 pairs of perpendicular lines? Daniel?
Z and Y.
Okay, so ZY would be one line, and what's perpendicular to ZY? Remember what perpendicular is.
XZ.
An XZ. Maybe a clue there is that they share a point. ZY and XZ are perpendicular. What's another completely different? Juliet?
WX and YZ.
WX and YZ, those are parallel.
Oh.
WX perpendicular. Remember, they're going to share a point.
WX and XZ.
WX and XZ, yes, those are perpendicular. WX and WY are perpendicular. I mean, you can find any combination, but remember, the perpendicular means that they are crossing themselves, and they're going to share a point. If I were to describe the dry erase board here with the lines on it, I would describe those lines to be parallel. They're never going to meet. What about my border? What would I describe my border to be with that top line? Yeah, they'd be perpendicular because it's going straight down
Couldn't you also say? Oh yeah,
because it's touching. If a line is ever going to touch another line, it is not parallel, and it will never, ever be parallel no matter what.
So it's intersecting? No, it's perpendicular.
It's perpendicular, but perpendicular is intersecting.
But
It's just that intersecting is not perpendicular.
So a closed shape can never be parallel. Because
A closed shape, there's not lines. That means it ends.
like 2 lines that touch can never be parallel.
So if I've got a square here, this line and this line, those are parallel. Those are parallel to each other. But because they're all connected, there's no arrows showing that they're going to keep on going. I don't really talk about those as lines. Okay? This one isn't so bad, right?